People hate Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace.
because of that reason.
But man, when he started telling women the truth,
Very
they could
disrespectfully too.
I don't think he was disrespectful about it.
Yeah,
I think he was just kind of just like, you don't see what we see, and I want you to have your self-esteem.
Right.
I want you to have your self-esteem.
Yeah.
And he was also very much like, you can go change this body. You can go change your situation.
Yeah.
What I don't agree with is stuff when he's like, the miles on the damaged goods or being less valuable because you have a child. I don't agree with that. Mm-hmm. But he's talking from like, why would a rich person want this? I don't agree with that. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure that is some thinking of some others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times where I don't think he was disrespectful at all. I think there were a lot of people who just didn't want to hear what he had to say, and I think women took it harshly.
And I think that's where he became disrespectful, because I watched a couple of his videos and he say stuff like, from a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate yourself? And it's like, and don't say 7. Mm-hmm. And then they be like a 6. He's like, because he's setting them up. Because everybody say 7. Mm-hmm. He said, don't say 7. And then he'd be like a 6. And then he was like, how many kids you got? Like 3. How much you weigh? And he'd be like, 295. And he was like, what's your height? And then you'd be like, 5'3". And he's like, so there is certain tiers of women. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you don't think a man won't be because I got 3 kids? He was like, ma'am, listen to me. Listen. There's a certain standard, expectation, and look that most men are
high value men.
Yeah, high value men are attracted to. And he's like,
he was like, you should have a bus driver.
When he starts to kind of like punch women because they try to say, I can get whatever man I want. You can't.
When was he disrespectful about that? Everything you said was very polite.
Right,
ma'am.
right.
Ma'am.
Because he can see his face like, okay. As in, like, you're checking off the box of you're being pushed down because you having all these.
Here's the problem with Kevin Samuels, and I don't think it was anything that he said to women directly. I think it's what other men got from Kevin Samuels. Mm-hmm. And it was this thing of like, oh, you're this level now, and you didn't know that, but now men feel like they could talk to women and be any kind of rude, disrespectful, and quote unquote tell them the truth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And not doing it in a tasteful, tactful way. Right. There was a lot of women who started agreeing with Kevin Samuels, mm-hmm. and they were like, okay, I see, and then you had the opposite ones who would argue, right? Mm-hmm. But he created a bunch of Samuelites who tried to, without the caliber, without the same kind of status or whatever, education, mm-hmm. And I don't really know a ton about his, outside of just him being honest.
Right.
I'm just being honest about, like, here's where you actually fit in a scale of high, quote unquote, high value men. And he did it with dudes also.
He did.
And he was like, you're fat.
Right. Because I think when you're being attacked, not literally, mm-hmm. but when he's starting to pick apart your flaws, you want to attack back. Then what happens is, it's like, okay, now I have to be mean because you're attacking me.
Right.
What about you? You single? You not married? And it's like, ma'am, I have options of women.
Well, we're not calling about me.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to be like, I'm accepting these flaws. Like, I know I'm being exposed to numerous people.
Right.
I have to retaliate.
Right.
I have to. I remember seeing this woman. She was like, the screen was black. And he was like, is there a reason why you're not showing me what you look like? He's like, because I don't have my hair done. And he was like, all right. Are you ashamed of what you look like? No, I'm beautiful. Well, if your natural look is beautiful, just turn your camera on so the people can see you. You're not going to embarrass me. And then he was like, well, are you going to be 100% truthful with me? She was like, yeah. He's like, all right, let's do it. What's your age? She's like, 39. Like, how many kids you got? And he was like, 6. He said, see, this is why I want to come on here. He said, ma'am, you don't have to come on here.
You called.
He said, you can go. He said, no, I want you to try to chew me apart because I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I can get me a millionaire. He was like, all right, what's your height? She's like 6'1". And he was like, what is your weight? And she was like, 200 pounds. He was like, okay. What type of man do you want? and she was like, I need a guy 6 feet, have his own job, and he's like, what about you says that I can attract this type of man? I'm beautiful. He's like, turn the camera on. Let the people see how beautiful you are, right? She was like, I don't need to. He said, are you ashamed of what you look like? He's like, I don't need to show proof because you're going to try to make fun of me. The thing is, she turned the camera on. It was like really close, really close to her eye. Really close to her eyes, but she had like dark circles on her eyes, right? And he was like, he didn't say nothing about it. He was like, he said, all right, well, live in your truth. Live in your truth. He said, you're beautiful, all right? So what I'm saying is, and then she moved the camera like you can start to see like acne on her face and stuff. As in like, obviously she had her makeup on.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he's like, what about you? So he was very respectful. He seen the flaws. We saw the flaws. And then she was like, exactly, I can get whatever man I want. And then he was like, so I need you to start respecting my females and let them know that we can get wherever we want. He said, ma'am, you want the truth? He's like, I see your mouth coming in and out because he had like a gaps and stuff and like you know, and he's like, I see what you've been hiding this entire time. He's like, you're not even happy with yourself. Like, I don't need to show you what I look like. I can suit myself up. You can't live like this, ma'am. You can't live with makeup and hair done all the time. If you want a man, he's gonna have to see you in your true self.
Yeah.
He's like, why don't women understand that? Fall in love with a man with your true self. You fall in love with your representative. He's like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself. I put makeup on. He's like, you didn't have to call today.
That's the other thing is you didn't have to call me.
Right.
You called in here.
Right.
There be people trying to like set him straight.
Yeah.
You know. Mo, you'll say, what's wrong with Gap Chief? Nothing. If you like that kind of thing.
Hello.
I'm just joking.
Hello.
That adds character sometimes.
Yeah, my daughters have gaps.
Yeah.
My youngest is very self-conscious about it.
Really?
She smells like that.
I mean, I can understand, dog.
Because it's not the norm. If you had spinal bifida,
I wish somebody did a spinal bifida count on how many times Deanna said this on macaroni and cheese.
It's the quickest
Every platform you've been on, I know you use spinal bifida, and I would love to see the random counts. Bing, bing, spinal bifida, bing, spinal bifida, bing, spinal bifida,
You know
bing.
what's next? Deviated septum. It's always the quick little get it in there.
Oh, dumb, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, Moyo? Kevin Samuels was rude. There's ways to be honest yet tactful and not disrespectful. I mean, I don't know, man. I felt like he was stern. I might give you harsh. I didn't really see him being very disrespectful a lot, in my opinion. But I'm also the guy.
Also, what's disturbing is a lot of people came up there like this.
Yeah, I mean,
let's do it.
I'm gonna set him straight and I'm gonna put him in his place. He ain't gonna talk to me like this.
Right.
But when I started seeing women agreeing with him, he'd be like, and like I said, he got dudes too.
Yeah.
I always felt like the women on there had a humiliation kink. It's spicy. Exactly. Gave low value men license to show their hatred for women. Yeah. And it was a bunch of dudes who weren't qualified on Kevin Samuels' high value list, quote unquote, to talk about women not being high value or worth it. Like that whole thing. Mm-hmm. Also, the problem grows when you have Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels amplifying their messages on podcasts. I don't like Andrew Tate, Twilla. I think he's a douche. He's a douche.
I don't know Andrew Tate
is. I forgot what you're saying.
Light-skinned dude?
I don't know if he's white, he's bald. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Didn't he get like into some kind of like child molestation case or something like that? He got like arrested or something like that, or maybe some underage something. What's up, B-Mob? It's wild out there. Yeah, but he was one of the dudes who was trying to hurt. I don't feel like Kevin Samuels was trying to hurt feelings.
Right, and also
Kevin Tate was trying to belittle women. Andrew Tate, my bad. Not Kev Tate. That's a great comedian buddy of ours.
Right. I think what happens is, I'm sure if we go back to the archives of Kevin Samuels' timeline, this was like during the pandemic, right? When he really took off, right? Mm-hmm. You go back to the archive, I'm sure he was nice. Mm-hmm. very respectful. And then what happens is when you start to blow up, and the videos that go viral is the one you being mean. It's like, oh, I found my niche.
I don't think he was mean. I gotta see where he was mean. I haven't seen every I have a ton of videos. I just see the clips that come up. But from the clips I've seen, I don't ever see him being mean.
Well, when you say stuff like, "Ma'am, who gonna want you?" like I think that's the boiling point. Like nobody's gonna want you.
But at what point does he say that?
I'm sure it's the boiling point.
Because if we're at the point where you're being loud and you don't fit this quote unquote scale, because the attitude is one thing. If you being loud and yelling, I'm like, I don't want to be with this person either.
Right.
You know. But there's also, you ever seen a fine girl with a bad attitude? I'm like, you just less attractive now.
Yeah,
dog.
buddy. Also, a very attractive woman who stinks
Or who's stupid.
Yeah.
Some people don't mind a dumb girl. I was like, oh, you're just dumb. This is one chick, I remember she was cute. She was like, yeah, man, like, we're just all, like, hanging out and vibing. And, like, you want to come hang out with us? And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I can't even pretend to like you.
Right. And just, you know, like a beautiful woman who has bad perspective on life and just giving bad advice because of privilege.
Yeah.
Just like things has been handled to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, so this guy wanted me to do the amphitheater. He wanted me to do comedy. I've never done comedy before. I don't think it should be bad because he said I have 144 million followers, so I guess I can just kind of do it. He says he's going to be $100,000. Man, that's crazy.
That's a great day.
That's
a great day.
Yeah.
Well, you said stinks and stupid. Yuck. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's cute girls that stink.
I'm not gonna say it. Don't even ask. It's one of our mutual friends. Very beautiful comedian. I hugged her on a down day, as in not while we were performing. It was just like we came to hang out at a function, and I smelled her arms. I said,
I understand. You had a long day.
Long day. And when I smelled her arms, I said,
did she know?
No. No, because I always attached her as, man, she is so beautiful. She is so fine. She is so this. And I hugged her, oh, hey. And I was like, now in my head, I was like, she has a hoodie on. I caught her.
She smelled through the hoodie?
Maybe she got friends working out.
Hey, yo.
And I was just like,
you smell through the hoodie. That's some funk.
Yeah, man. And it was a cute hoodie too. It was the one that shows her abs, that kind of loose that little, and then And to this day, I think I told Twills, and I was like, man, every time I see her, I picture that funk. I never smelled it again, but that's always been the kick in the nuts.
I've got a few guesses, but
don't do this to me.
I won't do it
here.
here.
I'm not going to show any sort of.
I won't do it here.
Yeah.
No, you can no. Not who I was thinking.
When the funk hits the fan. You remember that?
Yeah, it's the Harvey Show. Dog, I feel like it's better